Hello and welcome, my friends. TGIF, welcome to the weekend. I hope you had a fantastic start to your new year and to your week. It's hard to believe that we're already at the middle of January. This forecast, this weekly reading, is for January 14th to the 20th. We're hitting the middle of the month already. It just feels like we started this year and this month, and we're already into the middle of it. Now this week is kind of a calmer week. There's not a lot happening. On Tuesday there is a Dragon Appreciation Day, which for all my dragon lovers, this day really connects and hits home. Dragon Appreciation Day is exactly what it sounds like. Appreciating those amazing creatures, those high vibrational beings. I am going to add in a little bit of added support, as I will be posting my angel readings on Wednesday. So other than that, it's kind of a calmer week. To look at this week ahead, I do have the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. I thought, you know what? Some of us are in the middle of like snowstorm, cold, deep freeze, crazy rains, crazy winds. I couldn't think of a better tarot than the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, because let's be honest, some of us are very excited to get back into the garden, into that beauty, and away from the snow. And the illustrator of this deck, this is a Sasha Graham deck, she's the creator of the deck, but the illustrator, I can't say her name correctly, illustrated an oracle deck. It's actually her own oracle deck that she put on Kickstarter years ago. And her name is Natasja Ilnik. I'm probably saying that wrong. So she she drew this deck. I couldn't think of a better deck to accompany Sasha Graham's deck than a deck that was created by the illustrator. Alrighty, let's look at this. Let's look at this week. What can my friends expect from the week of January 14th through the 20th? Okay. First card. We have the Page of Swords in reversal. This is what it looks like upright. Pages are that childlike, innocent energy. The swords, all about that knowledge. The High Priestess, second card in the Major Arcana. The Five of Wands in reversal. Can't tell you how much it makes me happy that the High Priestess is in upright. The High Priestess is about wisdom, about knowledge, usually holding the Scroll of Torah, which is that universal scroll or book of knowledge. She's connected into that lunar energy, to that divine feminine, to that unknown. Very balanced card. With her in the upright, it does talk about being able to use your past knowledge, use your stability within to combat any storms, because there'll be some challenges this week. However, the Five of Wands, which talks about that conflict, that challenge, I don't want to say it's going to be easier. However, with the knowledge, with the presence, with the stability and balance, you're going to see it coming. So you can sidestep it, minimize it, use those tools to smooth it over. Know that some of the challenge this week is going to be other people trying to push and pull you in different ways. That is going to bring in some instability. Be aware of it. Use your abilities, your natural gifts, your natural knowledge to keep that balance. Because the High Priestess can keep more balance than what the Page of Swords can. take that breath, take that time so that you are able to check in with you. That's going to be an important part throughout this week, is checking into where you're at and checking in. What do other people want me to do? How am I feeling? Because the wands can also talk about that negative self chatter, that toxic talk, if you will. It is in reversal, so we do have that ability to walk away from it. We don't want to avoid it. When that negative self chatter comes up, that's when you need to release it, whether that be through intentional bathing, whether that be through meditation, whether that just be through a visualization. Use your tools, use your head. How are you going to minimize that? With the conflict from other people, it's going to be about, again, using your tools. Most importantly, not being reactive. We're aware of it. We have the ability to take that breath, take those steps so that this does not become a challenge. Other people, their thoughts, wishes, beliefs, expectations, and demands don't become a problem for you. You're able to problem solve. You're able to create solutions. Now, another piece that we need to be very aware of is that the Page of Swords here talks about that fast forward thinking. We're seeing things in very concrete manners rather than in a supportive way that will help us with that solution focused problem solving, that creativity that we're going to need. We get stuck in our ways. This week will challenge us to use our tools, use our abilities, use that creativity to problem solve. So keep your wits about you this week. It's going to make all the difference as you not only go forward, but as you try to accomplish tasks and get things done this week. Because I know that many people have a busy month because January brings in different, expectations and demands, depending on what field you're in, who you work with, and what you're up to these days. All right, let's look at what's gonna, dropping cards, support us. Okay. So the two cards that hit the floor, and they came out kind of connected. One is Stargazer, and it's not astronomer, it's Stargazer. And then we have Sprout. So Stargazer, the difference between Stargazer and astronomer. So an astronomer would know the lore behind the different zodiac signs and constellations, would know that the shifting and changing. Stargazer talks about being open to the situation, looking at things from a bigger perspective. So taking that step back, super helpful, because I know that's going to be a challenge. So taking that breath, using that third eye thinking center, so you are taking in as much information as you can. The more information you have, the more able you are to create and problem solve. Now, Sprout talks about life being, sprouting out of death. So those things that we have to release will bring us life. Things that we need to let go of, that need to be by the wayside, gives you more space and ability to take hold of some of the new aspects, those new ahas that are going to come forward, especially as we're heading in on the 21st to Aquarius. This week, we're looking at releasing some of that baggage, those pieces and expectations, demands that aren't serving us, and clearing out some space, because we go into Aquarius and then straight into the full wolf moon. Both are going to support us with some great aha. And Aquarius comes in on Sunday. Should also mention, because we do have Stargazer and Aquarius, both have triggered a thought. I am going to be holding a mini class on the basics of your astrological birth chart on Sunday the 21st. It is a mini class for a couple of hours. I have limited space. You can purchase, a seat or a ticket to it through my Ko-fi page, and it will be offered through my Discord. So please check into my Ko-fi page if you're looking for more aha on your astrological birth chart. And then finally, that's got quite the distaff. Like I said, we need to let go of some of the stuff that isn't working, that's holding us back. When we do that, we're going to give ourselves more room for what will. Taking that step back and filling our mind, our body, our soul with something that's life-giving, rather than that's just cluttering it up. All right, let's get any further insight and aha that will support you for this week. The World in reversal. 21st card in the Major Arcana, and it does talk about endings and beginnings. I said there's going to be a lot of new things coming forward. It's not something we're looking forward to. We're having a bit of a resistance to it, but those new pieces. A big part of the world isn't about that next stage. It's about taking that pause, celebrating those positive pieces of this last chapter, and then having that excitement and anticipation for what's coming forward. The Queen of Wands. She is a fantastic queen. She is all that in a bag of chips. Guys, she's the queen that does it her own way. She is the beat to her own drummer. And that's the biggest piece. We can't keep doing things the way others want us to do it unless it makes sense. We need to break some of those molds. We need to start doing it in a way that fills us, fuels us, so we're excited rather than dreading what's occurring. Nine of Swords. It's been, well, I won't even say hard the last couple of months. This decade has been, it's brought us a lot of curveballs, and it's brought us to many points that, let's be honest, many of us weren't expecting or even in our realm of consciousness. So that mental health, it has a good foundation, if you will. Not to mention we're into January. Those January blues are so predominant. Making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Making sure that we aren't minimizing or avoiding what's actually happening. That those anxious thoughts, those sads, those emotions, they are there. They can be amplified and triggered this week, but what's more important is that we are acknowledging and then not getting hyper-focused on things, but taking that step back. What do you need to support you with that mental health, to help empower you and get you going for what's to come? Because like I said, we are going to be stepping into Aquarius and the full wolf moon. So this week, we do have the ability to minimize some of that impact while dealing with some of the cause of our challenge. Rather than avoiding things, we need to address them. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today. I hope this helped to give you an understanding on what you can expect from the week ahead. Now, like always, if you did enjoy this session, please give it a thumbs up as it helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. More importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little red bell, as I have a lot more coming forward and you don't want to miss any of it. Additionally, if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Ko-fi and Patreon page. I provided links below so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you are able to embrace your inner queen. Until tomorrow, my friends.